Hey, what is going on, guys? This is ExteremerKiwi, and today I'm bringing you a nice 51-3 gameplay on Turbine, playing Domination. You know the deal. I hope you all had a great holiday season. I hope you're gonna have a great new year. And today, I just wanted to bring you a epic gameplay and give you some tips and tricks on the best way to get a good KD in Black Ops 2. That's right, the best way to get a good KD in Black Ops 2. Quick disclaimer though, these are my tips. I have manipulated some tips that people have given to kind of fit my playstyle. So you might hear some things that are somewhat similar, but is how I play well, and maybe if you do something different, or you play a little bit differently to get a high KD, you know, whatever works for you, works for you. But this has gotten me success, so I think it'll get you success as well. So like I was saying, I'm playing Domination on Turbine, and the class setup that I'm using is a Type 25 with the Reflex Sight and Quick Draw. And that's really important to this map, because a Type 25 is an assault rifle that can pick people off from across the map, but still do well at close range. As you can see right there, I just drop shot at that guy, no problem. And also, a quick note, I picked up his weapon, which is a good idea, because that way you don't have to waste a perk or a point on Scavenger. If you just pick up weapons from the ground, then you're going to be saving yourself a point by always having ammo, and you can spend that on something else. And as I'm talking about class setups and stuff, let me finish up what my class setup was. So I got the Type 25 with the Reflex Sight and Quick Draw. I got Ghost and Hardline as my one perk, and Toughness as my second perk. I kind of messed up a little bit on my class setup because I had primary gunfire on, but I didn't have 3 attachments, and that's because I didn't mean to have primary gunfighter on. I really meant to have tac mask on, which is the third perk I like to use. So this class setup should be Ghost and Hardline, Toughness, and tac mask. And then, of course, I'm rocking the Semtex and the Concussion Grenade, which help me take out targets I can't really see, while still checking rooms and corridors, which is really important when trying not to die and getting as many kills as I want to. Now, as far as kill streaks or score streaks go, I'm rocking the Stealth Chopper, the Lodestar, and the VTOL Warship. And those are some pretty high streaks, guys. You know, that's going big or going home. Because if I don't get those, I'm going to be practically playing with no kill streaks. And that's not going to help me at all. It's going to be putting me one level down below everybody else. But if I get those, I'm going to help out my team a bunch. And then I'm going to rack up the kills like I do in this game. So I kind of want to relate this whole class setup to the map and how it relates to how I did so well. So as I was saying before, I got an assault rifle that can pick people off but still kill people at close range, which relates to the map because Turbine is wide open and there's plenty of long lines of sight. That said, since there are long lines of sight, there's going to be snipers, which means you got to put something between you and the enemy. Like right here, I pick this guy off first, and then I stick behind this truck. And I do not let a sniper get a good line of sight on me before I can see him. And right there, I throw a stun to stun that guy and then kill him. And that's another thing. Always use your equipment. Don't save it for a time where you think you might need it more. Use it because you don't want to die and then waste a Semtex or a Concussion Grenade, because that's just pointless. And right here is a key point in the game. The round's coming to an end soon, and I have a score streak going. You know, I'm like halfway to my Stealth Chopper, something like that. And that's really important. The thing with Domination is, since there's 2 rounds now, the score streak that you have at the end of the first round is going to carry over to the second round. And that can be extremely crucial, because at the second round, you're going to replenish all your ammo, all your equipment, all that stuff. And you're going to get that 50 points right off the bat for capping your own flag. And we're going to go into a quick round change right here. And that 50 points can help you get to the next score streak. Or you can start off a round being like 1 or 2 kills away from a Stealth Chopper. And that's going to be really crucial if you can get that Stealth Chopper up or get whatever you need to up in the air at the beginning of the round when generally there's not a whole lot of stuff up in the air. And that's the thing. If you're playing in a map like, let's say, Express, where it's kind of closed, you can't really see a bunch of the map, maybe half or less, then you're gonna want to use score streaks and guns that are going to help you play well on that map and get a high KD. If you're playing on Express, I'd suggest using a SMG with possibly a suppressor, so that way you can get up there into their spawn and kill as many of them without being on the radar. And here's a really crucial point in the gameplay. There's a bunch of them down that corridor, and I want to point out what I did just there. I want to point out that even though I couldn't control the engagement and get behind them before they were killed, I killed one of them through a stun and then avoided the gunfight. And that's something I really want to point out, is that if you can control the engagement and make it so when you are shooting an enemy they are never looking at you, that's going to be making it so much easier for you to win the gunfight, win the next gunfight, and there's really not going to be a gunfight. But if you come up to a point where you have a gunfight that you couldn't control the engagement as well, and maybe it's 1-on-1 or 1-on-2, if it happens to be you're the 1 and they're the 2, you want to take out one person and then kind of back out if you can. And that's going to help you win more gunfights, because it's going to be harder to take out 2 people at a time. That's just simple math. So if you kill one person and then kind of like flank around them, then you're going to be able to get both people in a safe way and not expose yourself as much. And that's the thing, guys. Getting a high KD, you're going to want to die the least amount of times possible, because once you start racking up the deaths, you're going to have your KD go down really fast. You can go from a 10-0 to a 10-1, and that's still a 10 KD, but you go to a 10-2, that's a 5 KD. You just cut your KD in half. And as far as talking about KD, guys, I'm only referencing to the in-game KDs, like in individual games, you know, oh, I got a something KD in this game. Overall KDs, I don't really pay attention to those, because they're, you know, it depends on whether you play with people, whether you get in good lobbies or not, how good your connection is, all around. Now in this game, I'm actually not playing with anyone, and that might be something you want to consider, because if you're playing with a bunch of good players, you will be fighting for kills, and that's the thing. If you want to play with a bunch of guys who are going to help you get a high KD and they're just going to play the objective and calling UAVs for you, that's great. But if you're going to play with a bunch of guys who you're going to be fighting for kills with, maybe that's not the best way to get a high KD. And now I want to talk about the game type domination, and that's my favorite game type to get a high KD in for a couple of reasons. One, you always got those flags that you can conservatively play their objective. That's what I mean by that, is that I can hop on a B flag when I know it's safe and then get that 200 points. And there's times like right now where we have all 3 flags and they're gonna capture one, and I'm not gonna capture back that one flag that they're gonna take, just because now I know where they're gonna be spawning, now I know where they're gonna be at, and I can use that to get me more kills and to get myself another Lodestar or Warship or whatever it may be. And the game's quickly wrapping down, guys, so I just want to make a few more points. Try not to die. Each life should be treated with high value, because if you can use that life to get a high kill streak like a Lodestar or a Swarm, that is going to help you win the game as well as get a high KD, because your team's going to be able to capture those objectives. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm ExteremerKiwi. This is how to get a high KD in Black Ops 2. I don't think I've touched on everything I wanted to, so if you guys want to see another video, just let me know and I'll do another video on how to get a high KD. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.